Good evening. My name is Jordi Alejandro Palacio, and I will talk about the United States of America. Basic information. The United States is the third largest country in the world in terms of its population and the fourth largest in area. It is made of the 30 states whose capital is the Federal District of Washington. With 9.83 million square kilometers and with more than 331 million inhabitants. The country is the fourth place by total area, in fifth by contiguous area, in the third place by population. It is one of the nations with the most diversity and ethnical groups and cultures, a product of large-scale immigration. This is the largest national economic in the world in nominal terms, with an estimated gross domestic product in the $22 trillion and fifth of global gross domestic product in the purchasing power parity. This country is the main capitalist force in the planet, as well as being a leader in the scientific research and technological innovation since the 19th century and since the beginning of the 20th century, the main industrial country. English is the facto national official language, and the dollar has been the country's official currency since 1792. History. The American continent was not discovered by Cristobal Colon. In 1492, as many people think, was probably many centuries earlier by Asian peoples. At that time, the Native Americans already lived in the territory that's occupied today by present United States. The 4th of July, 1776, Independence Day, 13 colonies declared their independence. The English did not agree, which meant the beginning of a war between the colonies and England. After many years of war, the Treaty of Paris was made in 1787, and George Washington became the first president of the United States. During the first half of the 19th century, the United States successfully expanded its territory, reaching the Pacific coast in 1846 and annexing California. Immigration increased during the mid-19th century with the arrival of the Scots and Irish, Germans, and Scandinavians, adding to the early population of indigenous Indians, British settlers, and second-hand slaves from America. In the course of the 20th century, the United States became the first military and economic power, although never actively involved at first. The support of the United States during the two world wars helped bring to that a successful conclusion. During the last half of 20th century, the United States maintained a so-called Cold War with the now defunct Soviet Union, which was somehow managed despite the tension on the verge of another war. The United States has prevailed during the last decade of the millennium and enters the 21st century facing new global challenges. A traditional product from the country. American cuisine was influenced by Europeans and Native Americans in this early history. Today, there are a number of foods that are commonly identified as American, sausage, hamburgers, hot dogs, potato chips, macaroni and chips, and meatloaf. As American has apple pie, despite the dish's non-American origins. Hams come to mean something this authentically American, according to Smithsonian. There are also styles of cooking and types of foods that are specific to a region. Southern style cooking is often called American comfort food. It includes dishes such as French chicken, collard greens, black-eyed peas, and cornbread, according to Southern Living. Tex-Mex, popular in Texas, is the Southwest. It's a blend of Spanish and Mexican cooking styles and including eating such as chili and burritos, and relies heavily on shredded cheese and beans, according to the culture trip. Jerky, dried meats, there are as snakes. Is also a food that was created in the United States, according to NPR. Culture. American is famous for many things, but sports, music, and the arts are some of the most important elements of American culture. American football, baseball, basketball, and ice hockey are the four main sports played in the country. The United States has won more gold medals than any other country in the Olympics over the years. And college sport play an important role in this country's sports culture. A great representation of the multiculturalism of the country is evidenced through the music there, that is heard there, from pop and rock to jazz and rhythm and blues. The United States of America has the second largest music industry market in the world. Along with music, the arts are very important part of American culture. Among these, the following stand out: musical, theater, dance, performing arts, fashion, and photography. The United States is home to some of best known fashion designers, and New York City, meanwhile, is home to Broadway, known for this fantastic place, which owns theater around the world. So no matter where you are studying, will be able to experience this part of US culture. Crime rates. The United States has the highest rate of gun deaths in more than 25 years, according to data from the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. FBA data shows the 29% increase in homicides between 2019 and 2020, the largest job the agency has ever recorded. The report put the homicide rate in the United States at 6.5 per 100,000 people. The report also states that homicides are increasingly carried out with firearms, stating that about 77% of reported homicides in the 2020 were committed with a weapon. There is no federal database at gun sales, but other independent students funded gun sales peaked during the COVID-19 pandemic. Thanks.